Welcome, everybody. We clearly have a matchup where there is one team that has a very important tournament ahead of them. And there is another team that does not, and is going to be doing some experimenting.
That has a very important tournament behind them. But that doesn't mean that they can't play for progression in the tournament in terms of placement. And it doesn't mean that they aren't going to give it their all to, if nothing else, one of the things that actually happens a lot of the time in tournaments like this is if you get knocked out, sometimes the pressure's off. And some of the teams that have been underperforming will suddenly level up, which seems very unfortunate. It's like, oh, they peaked at the wrong time. But there's a really big part of this game that's mentality and pressure. And now the pressure's off Azure. Now, unfortunately, they gave Visage on 4th pick to 33, which I find to be one of the drafts of all time of this tournament. And on top of that, on the panel, the person cheering for Azure is literally a cat, which I would not take prediction advice from. So
no.
there are things going against Azure in this one, for sure. But let's see how it pans out. I think they had some pretty good points overall on the panel with the shortcomings potentially of the Azure draft, and I do think when you draft like this, you have to win the lanes. I just think their lineup falls flat if it doesn't. So.
Well, you know why Ted backed this draft from Azure, right?
Because he's a cat.
Well, yeah, but also because a Siamese cat drafted it.
Oh!
That's right. Pisho, also formerly known as Siamese cat. It's the 5 position right there on the Bat Rider. He's trying to help out his boy Low win the lane against a Tusk Visage. Don't think they're going to do that. And I think they're going to get demolished in this lane.
There's space for some volatility, depending on level 2s. The problem is that 33 already got some gold from the first kill, right? And
yeah, and he's going to get a second kill. Ooh.
Okay, now there's less place for volatility. That kill cements the Visage as the winner of this lane currently. Experience and especially the major gold lead.
Did you mean volatility as in like it's going to go well or like really, really well?
Yeah. No, so whenever there's a lane with Bat Rider 5, there's always that possibility of the enemy team overcommits a little bit too much for a kill, and then Bat Rider has maybe 1 or 2 stickies too much, and you lose track. It can happen even at the pro level that you underestimate Bat's output in a lane like this, and Ursa is one of the carries that has the best chasing potential. So let's say Pichu at some point had like 3 stacks on the Visage. Perhaps they can just go. And 33 has to be very wary of this. This is actually a classic counter against Visage in lane, the Bat Rider. Back when Visage was played as a support and Bat was off lane, a lot of the time Bat Rider actually really enjoyed this lane because even if you got Grave Chilled, the slow of sticky Napalm offset it, and then afterwards Visage just had nothing to protect itself. But it's a different time now. A lot has changed, and of course Visage, being the big beneficiary of some of the facet changes, has definitely helped its case. And
for sure.
It's got a kill in lane, and it got the death toll proc, I believe, on the first blood as well. I think that was sticking.
What do you make of this counter pick? We saw in the start of the draft, Enchantress, Klink's counter pick.
Yeah, I think it's theoretically pretty good. The problem is, it's extremely laning focused, right? It's good for the first few minutes in stopping Enchantress from getting a creep. But if you're ultimately relying on pulling the wave with Mars anyway, couldn't you just have done this with another hero, is my question.
Yeah.
Like, sure, Eng can take a creep and come to lane, etc., but you're not really giving Mars a good lane, you're just making it passable, and I think a lot of other supports could have done the same against Eng. Like, if you specifically wanted to counter the creep, then I think a lane like Mars, Crystal Maiden even though CM4 isn't a thing, but then you could have that as your Eng counter and then play that lane. Then at least you're playing with a ranged hero on your Mars, or you just have something like Mars Lion, which seems to be gaining popularity of the Lion. Even, I think Mars Willow would have done fine here. I think Planet plays a good Willow, so... Huh. He wanted to play Klinks. They find it to be a good counter. Let's see if it works.
33 has netted an extra 315 gold off of this facet.
Yep.
His death toll has already kind of paid for itself, and it's only going to get worse As you can see, he's actually top net worth right now. He's 500 ahead of the Templar Assassin, who does have, that's another counterpick matchup, right? We got the TA versus the Puck. That's a classic 1v1 counterpick.
Middle tower
Yep.
is under attack.
It is a lane that the TA should have a little bit of a leg up in mid, but not really until level 5. I think that's when it truly starts being TA favored. Back in the day, it was TA favored from level 1, but it's not that bad anymore. This, however, is that bad. Azure are getting absolutely cooked down bottom. And it's not surprising that Visage is top net worth. He had the first 3 kills of the game, all of them with Death Toll on. So very expected for 33 to be doing well. And I mean, what can you say, Azure? This is what you get when you give this hero a 4th pick. We've seen other teams try to give Visage away to Tundra as the very first pick and then solve it. But then if you're offering it up and Tundra don't pick it first phase, you still can't just, you know, take it off your radar and be like, oh, they don't want Visage today, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure 33 will want Visage in every game that it's good in. Han. Oh, this is a bit awkward.
Yeah, he's going to make a run for it, but Snowball picks off Lorenoff, gets him close. The tag team hits start coming in. Now the Refraction does block the death toll damage there, but 33 gets a second chance at it. And that's another 140 gold for him. That's up to, what, now 465 gold?
A lot.
A lot. It's got a lot.
Yep.
So even without just the extra death toll gold, he is still way ahead.
Yeah, I mean, he has 4 kills in the laning stage.
Yeah.
So that generally only ends one way. And I mean, I like this move from Tundra a lot of bringing Visage to get that kill mid. 33 understands how valuable it is to get these death toll kills. And in the meantime, they sent Enchantress through the gate bottom, so she got experience in the lane. So you didn't even lose anything anywhere really from that TP. Now Azure are getting desperate, so they're going to make a big rotation top.
Is under attack.
Yeah, Nightfall.
4 heroes.
What do you even say to that?
Okay.
Guys, there's 4 heroes in my lane.
Oh, if Han dies for this, it is very unworth.
Yeah,
Oh no.
He is gonna die. But it's just a question whether or not he can get a kill in return. He cannot.
Not only does he die, he dies with a full wave in his tower. So, losing all of this experience and gold. He's gonna glyph. Oh, wait, what am I saying? It's a Tundra glyph. They're gonna push. Try to take some advantage of this momentum. Okay, Nightfall back up top. They immediately go on him again with 4 heroes.
Mass TP's coming in. They don't want to let Nightfall die again, but he just
Snowball.
picked up by the Snowball. He's rolling away over the Clinks, and the Clinks isn't going to be able to do the damage. The Earth is going to die. The coil is still locking down you. 33 turns the attention, starts racking up some soul assumption charges onto him. Planet's being run down on the right-hand side. All the meanwhile, is that nuke going to be enough? It's not. Liz with 60 HP. Planet is still in trouble, though. And he's got no way out of this one. It would have to be the craziest juke you've ever seen in your life.
I don't know what to say to these early movements from Azure. Like, being 4 heroes up top for effectively a minute is not a recipe for success. They will get the Wisdom Rune.
All right.
By virtue of moving literally every hero around the map. So they got both Wisdoms. That's going to help them. One went to Mars, the other to Bat. So they have some levels, but despite getting both Wisdom Runes, their supports are still only level 4. So not even really ahead on experience with 2 Wisdoms is very unusual.
Yeah, they're down by 1,000 experience right now.
Pichu will get snowballed upon. He might be okay here. It's
Playing
close.
on cliffs. Tag team is still hitting him, still slowing him down.
Oh, wow, that range on tag team.
Yeah, that was crazy. He was still in tag team range.
Does it linger?
Maybe?
The radius is 350. That felt like he was more than 350 off of Soxa. So I guess there's a bit of linger time. Neo in trouble.
He has Arena. Could there...
Thank you for the help, Centaur.
Anyway, no.
Was that an Ench Centaur or a neutral one? That was a neutral Centaur that just chain stunned perfectly with the birds. All right. Well, Azure are playing against the enemy team and the jungle at the same time. It's not really a fair fight when it's 2v1.
No, it's not.
I feel like for Azure, they're more like the 4v1 kind of team so far this game. And every time it's not 4v1, they have not killed a hero.
That's a good way to describe their only kill they've gotten in this game.
Yeah.
So what are we thinking? Like, good 25-minute GG or?
Oh, you're really Do you want to predict the duration of the game 9 minutes in? I mean, I'm kind of down for that. Let's see if Loki
He's
gets
got
out
it
of
range.
this one.
Snowball, where's that head? It's the edge to the Bat Rider. He is going to be kind of stuck here. Saksa, a
Nice.
kill for Azure.
Yeah, they're trying to press the issue here a little bit, Tundra, but this time Azure had the heroes ready, especially the Mars being there kind of stops that fight on its head, because you can't really commit there out of the fear for the arena plus one extra hero coming in. But now you can, because he used his spells to farm the wave.
That's right. He throws out the arena, try and protect himself. The familiars get inside, drop some double stuns. New trying to back away, but they'll ensure the kill with the coil.
And this is also going to be the tower. Going the way of Tundra. 33 is getting stupid farmed this game.
Dude, that's another dirty combo. Rally plus familiars, given how fast they attack.
That's actually very true. Nice and disgusting.
Like
no coil. All right, you want to be bold? You want to do prediction for game time?
Sure.
Did you say 25 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of joking about that, but I mean, Azure is not.
I don't think that's an unlikely duration for this game.
Yeah.
How it's going. Azure needs to get something going quick, or this is going out of control.
It is an Enchantress Visage Dragonite. Like, they have a lot of tower damage.
It's not like they're just, oh, this is a laning lineup.
Yeah.
It's a laning lineup that takes Roche and ends. I don't know, I actually kind of like your prediction, but I have to be off by at least 3 minutes. That was the rule we made the other day, right?
Yeah,
I'll say 22.
Okay, fine, and I'll stay at 25.
Shortest match this event was 21:38, so they could beat the record. That was Falcons versus Tundra, as a matter of fact. So Tundra were involved in that game too.
Play some fast Dota. They're up 5K already.
So just to be clear, it's not just about the 5,000 gold. It's the way these lineups work. The Radiant lineup, we talked about it. They need to have a good start because they don't have very much in the way of initiation and early game teamfight, unless they get that head start and get the items that they need to perform that. The only playmaking hero they have is Mars because Bat doesn't have a blink.
Yeah.
Klinks as a 4 does not set up anything. He follows through and offers damage, and their cores don't have catch. So Tundra are just going to run the show. They're going to run at you, they're going to pressure your towers. In the meantime, Dragonite's free farming jungle. So you gotta find a way. And
in a meta where everybody's running Spirit Heroes and Puck mid, right?
Yeah.
It's like Templar Assassin is a bold gambit because that is not a playmaking mid when that is currently the flavor of the patch.
I think it's doable if your 4 wasn't Klinks. But, you know, you're putting so much pressure on your other heroes to set up everything for you as Ursa and TA. They can't really create any opportunities for themselves.
Oh, an Arcane Rune. They might just throw out a coil nice and early with this one if he sees the opportunity.
They need a bit more backup here, a bit more damage from the Visage in the ideal world, but he's off on a mission. So is Klinks. He'll kill the courier. Bye-bye Larnoff's Sage Mask.
Take some of their neutrals too.
No, that was not his completed. Never mind. It doesn't matter. It wasn't the Witchblade.
Pit back on the Tusk, but there's 2 stunners here, and the Ice Shard still lands. He manages to get the arena separating him from Saksa and Nightfall, and TP's away successfully.
This is what we call the Nightfall MK2. It's the arena into TP out in front of Nightfall.
They can't even see you TP.
Yeah.
Dire's courier has been killed.
The moment the arena ended, they wonder where he went.
Yeah, it's like Houdini. He's just poof. He's a magician. Where did he go?
Wait, how did Mars's dress turn green?
33?
Never mind. Big kill? Potentially. They need to finish the job, though.
Oh, no. The familiars dropping them are stalling.
Oh, he's fine. Clutch plays.
Dude, 33 is so good with the bird drops into resummon bird drops again.
Yep. Landed all 4 of them on the Ursa. I think 2 of them were outside of Enrage, so that duration makes a difference. And that's the lasso down the drain, so now you don't have that for playmaking. In the meantime, though, Nightfall will find Han. Okay, they missed a ton of spells. Let's see if that can keep him alive.
Still have the dust on him. Flame Break trying to push the heroes off of Han. More TPs are coming in, but the Templar Assassin is already dead. They have to fight for Wisdom Runes.
They can't fight for this. They don't have any resources. Bat's out of mana. Okay, so this one is 2 Wisdoms for Tundra and a kill on a core in 1 move.
Yeah, but Courier's died.
Okay.
What would you give this game? Because it's only a 5,000 net worth lead.
I would give it an F.
Percent-wise.
In terms of how good it is, or how much of a chance Azure have?
How much of a chance Azure?
10%.
Wow. If you think that Sind is being overly pessimistic about their chances, Dota Plus is even worse. They have it at 92%. So if you are disagreeing with Sind's analysis, there is hard data to back it up. Even though like 5,000 net worth may not seem that much at 15 minutes, as you said, it's just about kind of the matchup, right, of the heroes that we're talking about.
I think Dota Plus is looking at this game and it's seeing Ursa TA that both lost their lanes.
Yeah.
Right. These are momentum-based carry and mid heroes in this game, respectively, that are falling behind. And you're also combining, I want to say, a trio of heroes that have to have a pretty bad win rate together in TA, Klinks, Ursa. It's just not a trio that looks good to me when I see it. So I'm actually surprised, though, that Dota Plus was more negative than I was. I thought it would give them a bit more, but it's not a foregone conclusion. But man, Azure, they got to find some sort of angle into this game. And what's it going to come from? Are they close to any meaningful item? Mars got his blink, so TA has her blink. If you're not fighting with these 2 blinks, then why did you buy them? You've got to try to find a moment of opportunity. If they're waiting for Lowe's blink as well on the Ursa, I think they're losing 2 towers.
I mean, their blinks may be better suited for them to dodge Tundra and find.
Oh, this is a good timing, actually. They just TP'd out the puck, so if they could find the Visage here, that would be an enormous kill.
Got the pin back onto the tier 2.
Oh, they better kill him then.
No, it's not easy, but maybe they can get 33 instead. Got him inside the arena.
All right, there's that big kill.
That is a better one than the Enchantress. Who cares about measly Enchantress? Let's get the kill that's worth 1,200 gold.
It did cost them their Ursa, but that's still a good trade. They killed, I think Han got the last hit, so he got about 1,000 of that on the TA. That was a big streak. That gold recap is incorrect. Oh, it's because it's also counting the Ursa from the other side of the map. Wow, Dota is so smart nowadays.
Yeah, just.
But yeah, the kill on Visage itself was about 1,000 for the TA, maybe 850. Amplify damage rune. Saxa is not hiding his intentions here by just walking in a straight line toward the TA that just picked up the rune and dies in the river. Han Solo.
Is that intentional?
Yes.
Very nice. Planet is almost getting to his Orchid. So there's another playmaking. I mean, your 4-position Klinks is actually going to turn into a disabler of some kind. And he can keep cutting waves, and if they can keep stalling out the game, like, when do you think Azure starts, if it stays at 5,000 net worth lead for Tundra, let's say 20 minutes from now, do you feel like that's when Azure starts swinging that win percent more into their favor?
Yeah, definitely. I don't even think it's going to take that long. I think if in 10 minutes they're still 5k behind, I think that's a job well done. It's just a really serious challenge. It's a dead Bat Rider.
They are bleeding out heroes all over the map.
It's still only 5k, 3 to 16.
They're still being extremely efficient in killing neutrals, cutting waves.
Yep. The Orchid on Klinks, unfortunately, is probably going to come around the exact same time Puck has the Yules, which is actually now. So Klinks is 400 away. So the one hero he really wants to counter with this item pickup already has the solution ready. And arguably, Visage also has a pseudo-solution with the Boots of Bearing. And arguably, Low is dead.
Whitemon placing a ward on their own triangle because they know what Azure is trying to do here. They're trying to rat things out. They're trying to farm on Tundra's side of the map. So he covers the most valuable real estate, which is the triangle.
Yep.
I'll take that.
Again, Planet got a serious jump scare there. A Tusk just blinked next to him randomly. He thought, sure, he was getting dusted there. But no. Now he knows for a fact that he's very safe.
True.
You can't be any safer than having an enemy hero blink next to you and walk away. Then you know that they don't have any sort of vision in the area for a bit.
Dire's structures are fortified.
They brought all 5 heroes up to this top part of the map.
Is under attack.
So they're going to forfeit their bottom tier 2. No surprise there, but they do manage to get something in return for it.
Radiant's
Will
bottom
they
tower
go for
has fallen.
Roche? They have Mars, TA, and Ursa. It's a very easy Roche in theory.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do
But-
it, time's now, but time is taken away quick. Tundra are already hitting your high ground. They're going to force you to come back.
If you could somehow defend this without using too many heroes, then you could get the Roche. But Tundra are going to keep forcing it until you show a full roster here.
Yeah, they're not going to back off just because a Bat Rider showed his face.
All right, well, you have to...
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Guys, your base. You have-
They really want this
There's
kill,
that
but he's
Orchid.
got
He
the
has the
Yules,
Yule.
though.
Okay,
They're going to have to
setting
spear
up the
off of the
Mars.
Yules. Okay, they do set it up, and they managed to get the silence onto the Tusk as he came in, so he didn't get the snowball save. He's going to roll into the Ursa, probably die for this one, as the melt shot isn't enough by itself. News chasing after him, though, and a flame break spear will do the job. They do manage to get some good kills off of it. Their melee barracks
It's
is
fine.
fine. It's fine.
Okay. I mean, that was basically the best that could have gone. They find the flank on the Puck, who's not with the team yet. He gets Orchided, he Yules it off, and that's going to set up Mars for a nice combo here from New. And then the silence on the... Okay, that was basically flawless execution from Azure. And they don't lose their racks, but man, imagine if that Puck is with the team.
Yeah, I imagine.
I don't know what they could have even done. They would have just lost the lane already. But okay, they keep it alive.
Back into it, they found Nightfall in the bottom right corner of the map and tried to go for the kill, but he BKBs, walks it off, and now the Ursa's in a bit of trouble. He's already dead, Bat Rider's gone, quick retreat. They do not want the full 5-on-5 ever. They want pickoffs, and they didn't get it on Nightfall.
All right, I have one for you.
Uh-huh.
A moment ago, the gold lead was only 2K. What do you think the win expectancy was then?
I have to imagine it jumped up pretty dramatically. Probably like 75.
It was 7.
What?
It didn't change a thing.
Really?
Right now it's 96-4.
Well, how much would Azure rate
Or,
need
sorry,
to be
94 to
up
6.
in order for this to be an even game?
It's just they find this like great angle, kill 2 heroes, and keep their racks alive, and they're 3 or 2.5K down minute 21, and it just doesn't care. It's just whatever, man. You guys are doomed. Gabe has already signed the death note. You're out.
Your fate is inevitable. There's nothing you can do.
Well, this defense, it has to work. This push is inevitably going to come when Dragon Knight heals up a little bit. You would imagine they could just heal him with Ench and look for that high ground push, or they could just do it without him. Yeah, why doesn't the Aegis guy farm jungle while we push bot? That's apparently fine, and that's the Rax.
Yeah, just give him a lane of barracks. I mean, you didn't foresee this part, Cinderin, when you made your prediction that Azure would just be giving up lanes of barracks for, you know.
No, I thought they were
30
going to
more
try to
seconds.
fight and then lose, but
Yeah.
they could also just lose.
They could also-
Well, let's see. They're going to fight for the second lane, that's for sure. They can't concede 2 lanes to this lineup. And if Tundra take more than 1 minute and 5 seconds to force this GG, you will be closer in your prediction no matter what.
True.
So I'm on a timer here.
There is not a single item coming their way that I can see on Azure that
is under attack.
is good at there's nothing new. It's not like they gave up the lane of barracks and they're like, all right, guys, it's just, I'm 200 gold off my BKB. Like, you know, just, we'll try for the second fight. No, they're just, this is going to be the same circumstances what it would have been fighting bottom lane. A smoke up, spear back onto Nightfall. See if they can burst him. Don't let him get off that BKB with the lasso. They've got him. Good job. They got the Aegis. What about the second life? Because that's a BKB'd AC Dragon Knight. He has 1 bajillion armor.
I'm actually surprised he BKB'd there. I don't think he had to. They used everything on the first life. They had no spells.
There was nothing
The spear
left.
was dead. They had no lasso. I actually think he could have just walked it off. But all right, they got his BKB. And his Aegis, and they lost the second lane.
Radiant's middle tower.
So we're seeing it here, and it's one of those situations. What else are you supposed to do, right? They kind of have to kill this guy. He's the only hero being offered up. He's pushing the racks. If you do nothing, you lose the racks. If you go on him, he respawns. You see here this Aegis or this BKB completely unnecessary, but he didn't TP out with it.
It's like the Medusa situation, except for the heroes hitting your buildings way better.
Yeah, and it's actually, I mean, yeah, it's hitting the buildings harder, and you could argue that right now it might actually be tankier than a Medusa usually is 24 minutes in.
Yeah.
He's got 3,500 health, armlet AC, like 40 armor. He is a chonker.
He's a beefy boy.
Yep. And he has plans to finish this game soon. But will it be before 27 minutes cap? Plus my... Alright, I concede.
Hooray!
That one move of Azure where they found the puck may have just bought them.
It actually did.
A couple of minutes. Now what are they going to do with them? Planet is closing in on a Bloodthorn.
Yeah, which would
Dire's courier
give
has
them
been
a
killed.
chance.
It's good for
Gonna
Ursa
chain
to have a
stun
Bloodthorn in his team.
Yeah.
It's also good for Ursa to not get run down by a Visage with Yules. When you think you've seen it all.
Yeah, he enrages, immediately gets Yulesed. Makes him feel real bad, man. Nice arena spear. That doesn't save the Ursa.
So
Doesn't get a kill.
was it nice?
It was so nice.
It was nice of him to be thoughtful
Yeah.
of his teammate. And now here comes
Radiant's top tower
Death.
has fallen.
It's like the Tusk line, you know? Well, I tried.
pretty much.
The final push
Radiant's top tower
of game
has
one,
fallen.
anyway. Don't forget, we have a second game of this.
Radiant's top
This is
tower
why
has fallen.
you should never
Yes.
trust
Radiant's
cats.
top tower
Get those denies on the traps in order to harass, and Tundra's like, okay, that's cute. It is a trap. That's right, Han. Those are traps.
Yep. It's gonna buy back.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Can they kill one hero before they go down? Jumping from Saksa? All in on him? Oh no, the snowball away. They thought they had the opportunity to be able to get that kill. Somehow Pisho is managed to go invis and walk away from that situation. More buybacks, more opportunities for a kill. Only one, that's all they need. Getting really close to the fountain, maybe he can get his spear back perhaps? No? A lasso pullback? Not that either. Where's my Mars buyback? No! You can't even get a kill. Is that 10 heroes?
Looking for the rampage. Oh, they won. Oh, that's unfortunate for Nightfall.
Facets.
Yeah.
Syndrome.
Of which it's not about ebb and flow, it's about ebb and only
No.
ever ebb.
No.
Except this game where it's
Yeah.
about flow.
Yeah!
Because it's a mid-morphling.
Hell yeah! We get to see Flow Morphling. I think this facet has a lot of potential, Cinderin. It's just nobody wants to play offlane / support Morphling, you know?
Magic
We saw it
thyself out of
a little
that.
bit last year. Then it kind of fell out of
30
fashion.
seconds to battle.
I just don't think the play we have the players that are bold enough, brave enough
Making it worse.
to make this work.
But now we have Lauren
But
Playing
now we
mid-
have Lornoff.
Okay, we were talking last game about how the Radiant draft of Azure was not the best, probably.
Uh-huh.
This
Battle
Tundra drafts
begins.
look really weird, man. Just gotta go ahead and say it. I actually have no idea how it's gonna work. So I'm ready to learn. Obviously, this whole flow morph is a new thing for me. I don't think I've seen it in a pro game. It's probably been done before, but I haven't seen that particular game. And morph mid is kind of an old school thing to do, but it was played as a carry in mid. This seems like it's more of a utility path that you're taking. He's really high Dota plus level on the hero on Lornoff, so he knows what he's doing. He knows how to play the hero mechanically for sure. But I'm just looking at the big picture here, like how do Tundra force fights? How do they set things up? And what's the overall objective of the game for them? Because Antimate should win this one, eventually.
Yeah.
They have nothing against that hero. Absolutely nothing, and he was last pick.
It's not even like the Morphling has very good heroes to turn
Radiant's
into
courier
to
has
like
been killed.
catch the AM.
No. There just is nothing. So you're on a timer, I think. Maybe it's an oversimplified view of it because perhaps even ultra late game Bristleback has a ton of physical damage, so maybe he can fight the AM. I have no idea what mid-morph does, so maybe that does something to AM. I'll at least kill him in lane to start things off. It'll cost them.
But worth it for Sasha, who gets the first blood.
If you asked me to give my prediction for this game based on the drafts, I would say Radiant like, I don't know, 85-15 maybe, like something very lopsided. But I am just curious to see if it's because of experimentation or just total ignorance on my part, like just not knowing how Tundra's lineup works.
Well, I think we can forgive you for being ignorant because I'm fairly certain that we're all ignorant here.
Yeah, this is definitely a curveball. So
I'm not even convinced that Tundra really knows.
I was just surprised to see Lornoff be master tier on Morphling. Was he a carry player before mid? Because it's not been a mid hero for that much of his career, I think.
Yeah.
So he would have had to play it a ton before he became a pro player.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe he did.
He did play carry back. I
Right,
think
okay.
probably Gambit.
Okay, well
in
then it
those
checks out.
days.
Oh, actually now I remember. You're right. Lornoff actually played a mean Morphling, but he played it carry. He didn't play
It
mid,
was
so
like
this is
his
new.
signature carry hero. That and Clegs.
That's right. Now that you pointed out, I do remember. Well, good head start for Tundra. You gotta say, if you're gonna pick something off the cuff like this, something different. Off the cuff is not the phrasing for that, but you know what I meant. If you're gonna pick something off brand, then getting off to a hot start like this is definitely the way to go. And all three lanes, they have nice CS. They managed to kill the AM, as we already said, and the mid-morph, I guess this is an upside. I think mid-morph actually does really well against Primal. I don't see what that hero is supposed to do to you. You constantly just hit him for free. You can always waveform away. You can Adaptive Strike spam him, but I don't know how that works when you're playing Flow Morph, if you're prioritizing the same things. We'll see.
Interesting that he didn't go bottle, but he went Soul Ring instead. I would have assumed mid-morphling would take advantage of bottle, but apparently not.
I don't know what's happening. It's so weird feeling this unprepared for something. I don't think I've seen this facet in a game. And I've barely seen mid-morph in a year. So now I get both at once. I don't know what your item build, I don't know what you're trying to do in the game. So let's just
How long have you been playing Dota, Syndrome?
since 2004, I think.
All right, solid 20 years. Me too.
Yeah. I mean,
You played professionally for how many years? 6, 7, 8?
2008, I guess, was my first game, and my last one was probably 2017. But I didn't play actively the whole time.
Sure.
It was probably like 8 to 9, maybe, in total.
So 9 years, let's say,
Let's say
professional
give or
experience.
take.
You've attended every single TI, either as a player or as a caster.
Where are you going with this?
I'm just saying, if you're unprepared, then, you know, I don't know anybody else who's going to be ready for this sort of thing.
Courier has been killed.
Planet, TP away, we're all good there. The fight continues bottom lane. Tag team is a menace.
He does have Shadow Realm, so should be okay here.
And they have managed to burn through most of their mana, so maybe the threat is now gone. They died that one time, but they've taken away a bunch of mana from this Bristleback. Soxa doesn't have too much to work with either.
I'll tell you who would be more prepared for this pick. It would either be Fogged, because he plays a lot of 5-man unranked, and you see everything in those games.
Sure.
Or Purian, because he plays a lot of unranked as well in a different bracket, where I feel like you see even more of this stuff. Is it wrong?
What do you think the chances that Ted would get the item build right on this Morphling?
Of him rushing Soul Ring and then going bottle?
And then going bottle!
I don't know, man. It's probably not high. But the thing about the Soul Ring is he's just using it to spam the Primal.
Yeah.
He's actually using it as an aggro item. A lot of the times when we see Soul Ring bot, it's a farming item. Like Mars is using it as a farming item, Darkseer is using it as a farming item, and I don't know much of any other heroes that even buy it. Like maybe I'm forgetting one.
Ooh, we got stuck on a bramble. 33.
Oh, those shards are not helping.
Correctly, and the shards make things so much worse. See ya, buddy.
Unfortunate. I mean, he has to try for it. It's like if he doesn't shard, he's also dead. So he gave it his best. But That's a difficult one. Han will get the kill.
He's going to run back and see if he can get the power rune. The Tusk's going to contest him there. Well, Laurinov has a freebie for top, and it is top. Invis rune, okay, that's pretty whatever.
These lanes for Tundra are going great still. Despite a couple of kills being bled, still ahead on gold.
Radiant's
All
middle
three
tower
cores
is
looking
under attack.
happy and healthy.
Radiant are scanning.
How about we theorycraft a little bit here?
Yeah.
What do you
Dire's
think
bottom
Morph should
tower
do?
is under attack.
Let's.
I think he should turn into the Timbersaw.
Okay, and how do you itemize and use flow? Because what flow does is when you attribute shift, you get cooldown reduction, right?
Yep, which is why I think Timbersaw is by far. If he's faced up against.
Oh, nice trap here.
That is beautiful.
Oh, that is
He
so
does have a Lotus. It's not going to be enough.
All right,
Blink
that's
coming up.
a sexy kill. I love
Golf
that.
clap,
Let's
golf
go.
clap.
No, not golf clap. Actual clap. That was really nice. I love that. All right,
He's already
Laurinov.
turning into the Timbersaw and trying to go after you. I mean, imagine you're whirling death on 2 strength heroes with a lower cooldown than Timbersaw has. That sounds pretty sick, and he blows him up right away. They do manage to get the silence on him. He goes back into the silence, runs into a bramble. He will die for all this. Whitemon gets some damage out, but it looks like nobody's low enough. Oh, Nightfall tries with the poison. He'll slow him down. Will manage to get that kill. A TP away, and no level 6 on the Animage to stop him. He TP'd successfully. He just got his 6, too.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom
Okay, so
tower
he should
is
turn
under
into Timber.
Yeah.
What should he buy? Does the cooldown reduction work on items, or is it only abilities? Let's see here.
Would you consider an Ags? If
It says
turned-
ability cooldown acceleration, so it's only spells, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 33 is gonna die, and Saksa might join him in the grave.
You still being
Oh,
chased out by
nice
Whitemon.
start.
Turns around, hits him with the Timber Chain Chakram, trying to blow up the Pugna. Was it too much, New? Oh, that last hit wasn't quite enough. He throws out that moving Chakram that actually does manage to kill Saksa. He'll die to the Nether Blast in the end, but it might have just set Han up for a second kill. And it's Whitemon's gonna try and do a little loop-de-loop here, but eventually go for the deny on the creeps. Nope.
Okay. All right, so since it... I feel
Octarine! He
we're
goes
only talking
Octarine.
about-
What do you think about if he gets an axe, right? You can,
Okay.
you can use the Timber
So then you
Saw
turn
axe.
into Timber and use reactive armor.
Yeah.
with Axe. Okay. So you're playing it like... You
just play like Timber.
You're just playing another hero.
Yeah, but with lower cooldown than him.
I wanted
Yeah,
a real
okay.
challenge. I should have brought Tusk.
Interesting. Do you think Timber spells are good enough in this game? I guess it's one way of killing Anti-Mage that they have, because that's going to give them pure damage.
And it destroys Timbersaw.
Yeah.
Timbersaw
Good for the
hates
mirror
his own
matchup.
spells thrown at him. It's good against Primal Beast. It is all AoE damage, so it can kill the Dark Willow, Huerta.
Do you think they have to itemize catch to even take fights though that they want? Like, are you
Yeah.
who's gonna buy it then?
I think Scythe of Ice is very much needed in this game.
And you buy it on Medusa?
Maybe he buys it on Morphling?
Okay, so he goes Axe Hex. Like, I'm not saying.
No,
I'm
he's not going to Axe. I think some sort of
Good heads up play from low here. He waited
Yeah.
as long as he could on that snowball.
Radiant's bottom
So
tower is
Saksa had to
under
activate it and then got the blink away after. But Planet. Oh well, who's catching who really?
Yeah, that was not the silence he wanted to run into. Planet sets up Han to feast in this little fight. His aim managed to pick up 2, and hey, look at that. Low comes back in to help be a part of one of those kills. I guess the other option is he turns into the AM and he builds like Manta.
Yeah, it just goes carry morph with
Dire's
blink.
top tower
Yeah.
is under
But then he
attack.
could have taken flow. Or ebb, I mean.
True.
Then there was no
Dire's
like.
top tower has fallen.
I'm just trying to get into the mindset of what is the overall idea here, because
Yeah, because he's not giving us any heads up.
from our conversation so far, I think the thing I like the most is him turning into AM and going carry items, in which case you should just gone ebb.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe the Timber, actually the Timber version is probably equally good. If he can reliably turn into him and get farmed enough, I did get morph.
Yeah, he's good, and he's also going to be picked up with a snowball.
I think Saksa is not so good here, perhaps.
No, probably not. Han's going to run him over. Trample over
Radiant's
his
middle tower
dead
is
corpse.
under attack.
And the concern here for Tundra, obviously, as we've already talked about, the strategy is they don't have very good solutions for AM. So if they're losing these early fights and low gets to farm, then the game is progressing just the way Azure want. And they know very well how 33 plays. They know he will be hungry for those stacks, so they're already going to scout it out over here with Neo. Trying to steal something away, but there wasn't much to be stolen except Ancients, and that's just a little bit too hard for now. They need Timber plus Primal to steal the stacks, and Han was in mid, so... Okay.
He wastes no time.
Cute attempt. In case Laurenoff didn't activate Attribute Shift there, maybe there was a kill.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, they could...
Oh, maybe there's a kill anyway.
Yeah, it might just happen. You manages to bring the damage.
They got out the waveform, and then he was stuck next to trees and got caught in the calling.
Yeah, if he part of the flow thing, his primary attribute is strength.
Yep.
So it makes it so much worse against the Timbersaw in that specific situation. Whitemon draining for his life, but it's not good enough. So yeah, if he's gonna end up going the AM build, then all the more reason he should have gone flow, because you want to be an agility hero, not a strength hero.
I totally forgot about that aspect of it. Yeah, Timbersaw's just gonna beat.
Yeah, it goes both ways, I guess.
Oh no. Except if you have Ebb, then it only goes one way.
Bowled right through two of them. Oh! Yeah, that's the matchup right there, baby. Oh, it was a nice mana void. And Mew still runs down the Morphling. He's died back-to-back now. Whitemon's just trying... Oh, no. The blast didn't land. And his drain's going to get canceled. Hit by the Rod of Atos. Tundra just got worked. Absolutely worked.
There's no stopping them. They can pulverize the Tusk, and it's just going to be full duration. I guess they could stop it with an Adaptive Strike Strength.
Yeah.
But yeah, when their heroes stack up, they're just absolutely destroyed. This was actually really nice from 33. He maximized everything out of that situation in terms of damage. But, yeah.
Well, I hope Azure Ray don't, get a 26-minute GG, because I really want to see what Laurenoff's going to do, and all I've been seeing is him having a win lane in his quick buy. All right, it is going to be Octarine.
He's rushing Octarine? Okay. And then he literally only has one play then, that's playing as Timber. Right? There's nothing else that's good with this.
Yeah.
So Laurenoff was just mad because he wanted to play Timber this game. And the enemy team picked it, so he said, pick me more if I want to play Timber.
Do you think he does that every single time?
It's just in their scrims. If the enemy team picks Timber, pick me more before I leave. I don't want to play. Well, so far I'm not inspired. I was ready to learn. To be fair, I've learned a decent amount actually in this game so far about how the hero works, but I haven't learned why it was good. So
just learn how garbage it is.
I hope we'll get. It'll be illuminated to us soon. Oh, this stack is going to get stolen, by the way, and the Wisdom Ring. Tundra can't contest this, but they'll at least steal the other one away with their Tusk. But yeah, now Anti-Mage is also online for farming stacks with the Battle Fury. He obviously can't tank them himself, but that's why Timber is there.
Radiant's
That's a nice
top
little
tower
body.
is under attack.
Up 7,000 net worth. Pressure.
All right.
Talked about it being off.
Is this a more one-sided game according to Dota Plus than the
Dire's
previous
bottom
game?
tower has
So is it worse than 8% for Dire?
I mean, AM versus Dusa, I bet Dota Plus really favors that.
Radiant's
I
top
feel like
tower is
personally
under
looking at this, I would give it more than 95 to 5. But I think Dota Plus, I'm going to say Dota Plus thinks 90-10.
I think it is less.
Let's see.
I think Dota Plus and myself would both judge it as less.
78-22.
Yeah, I feel like it's an 80-20 game. I would agree with that.
You think this is, in its current state, is an 80-20?
Okay,
You think Tundra played this game 5 times, they win one of them? You think so?
I think so because I think all their heroes can actually, like, it's AM versus Dusa, and that matchup in isolation is terrible. But I do think some of their other heroes can do some great things.
Okay.
Just we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's a bristleback.
So who are you trusting, or trusting is the wrong word, who are you hoping will bring something here?
I mean, mostly bristleback. Because
Okay.
I haven't seen this Morphling.
This is the poorest I've seen 33 on bristleback, I think, ever. He's 0-6.
Yeah, he got...
And he's 0-7.
He is about to have his eggs, though, and that'll speed up your farm.
Yeah, if you have access to the areas of the jungle that you need to farm with them.
Yeah.
Because that's my concern here, is that you can't really area control with your heroes. If Azure wants to have an area of the map, it's theirs, with the exception of the Dire base. They probably can't just claim that one yet, but if they're like, we want your triangle, I think Tundra have to yield.
Yeah.
Until Morph has this Octarine at least, so he can do something in the team fights, because that's what I was thinking. Oh, Whitemon.
Yeah, that Rod of Atos is going to stop White Mom. The dead shot will, and it'll set up Han. Comes rolling in. Snowball got over to the creeps. The Terrorize still going to hit them both, though. Han's going to chase after as he kills Whitemon as a casualty. Goes for Sox as well. Now here comes the Bristleback without an axe.
Try to zone them off. Pulverize.
Got the Gorgon's Grasp. Lornoff turning into the Timbersaw. Hit the Whirling Death onto Han. Brought him low. They slow him down with the Venomous Volley, and they get him. But what about the AF?
Oh my god, that hit Bristle down there? Dude, he was 800 range away. What?
That AoE has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger over time.
It's 600. Oh, he has the talent. It's
yeah,
600 plus 200 from level 10 talent. So yeah, it was actually 800. Funny how that works.
You know your distance.
That's crazy. I was in disbelief. Back when I played, this was 300 range.
AoE. Yep.
This has come a long way from being. I mean, originally it was a single target.
Yeah.
It was a single target for like 10 years, I think, until it eventually got its AoE. And then the AoE was very small, and people were kind of memeing on it. Yeah, how many heroes are you ever going to hit with this? Well, guess what? It covers half the screen, apparently. So you're probably going to hit something.
Well, this matchup is never going to get better for poor Nightfall, but he's trying to get to a butterfly, which is the best you can do.
Yep.
Again, Lornoff turning into the Timbersaw and trying to threaten New, but problem is New is just a bigger beast than he is. Good God!
That is just not normal to watch Morph die like that to Timber.
You think you're gonna Whirling Death me? Nah, son, I Whirling Death you.
Him being strength just absolutely ruins him.
It's so bad.
He killed him from 70% with Timber.
Oh my God.
He just cast all his spells once and just blew him up.
Man, we really theory crafted the hell out of it, and then we just forgot the basics of, oh yeah, he's a strength hero now.
I'm glad you pointed it out, because it's explained a lot of what's happened so far in the game. It's been pretty obvious that this matchup has not been great for him.
Yeah, put all your stats into strength, and then watch Timbersaw cut 16% of that away.
33. Out of mana, out of health. It's some good damage, though.
Is this going to be a faster game than game one?
It's very possible. I mean, it depends how long Tundra want to go on for, because at some point you could, just be like, all right, mission, like, experiment failed, right?
Gorgon's Grab goes to try and save himself under the tower. It's never going to happen. Azure Ray, I mean, when they are up, their lineup is so mobile that, as you said, when you have the strength to take over any part of the map and then you can move around the map very efficiently, it is a really dangerous combo. They're like, oh, hero showed bottom lane, but then, 30 seconds later, the entire, Azure Ray squad could be on the other side of the map.
Uh-oh, 33 is not safe here, actually. Oh, missed the Chakram, that'll help. Oh, he's pretty safe. And we've been focusing a lot on these core-to-core matchups, but the fact of the matter is also the supports on the Radiant are twice as rich as the Dire ones.
Yeah.
So we're also going to see utility items come out. We're seeing them wear to scaling. She's going Silver Edge. Oh, they found low, but unfortunately their lineup doesn't have stuns, so he blinked.
Who would have thought?
I mean, remember that conversation we had yesterday about the conversation we had 2 days before? About how every hero in Dota is good sometimes? Anti-Mage is good in maybe 1 to 2% of pro games. And among those 1 to 2% of pro games, this is in the 1 to 2%. So, this is like a 1 in 10,000 AM game. It's literally completely free, and on top of that, the enemy lineup doesn't make sense.
What do you think the next year?
It's like, how much better conditions do you want, Lo?
God damn, that was savage. What do you think the next 1 to 2% hero is going to be that you reference tomorrow to reference the conversation?
That's a
today?
good question.
What-
We've had some unusual picks so far in the tournament, right?
Yeah, we had.
I think tomorrow I'm not going to reference any because there'll be 0 games.
Oh, true.
But the day after,
Right.
we will be back for more Dota. What's a hero I would like to see that hasn't been picked yet? What even hasn't been picked anymore? Techies, I guess, hasn't been picked? Necrophos?
Yeah. Yeah, dude, all the strength heroes, I kept thinking, like, when is Necro ever going to come back? They killed, or they didn't kill, but they decreased the strength of Mage Slayer a little bit, which is part of the problem. They lowered Pipe, which is part of the problem, you know?
I feel like Necrophos kind of falls in the AM category in Pro Dota, where in the right game, I think the hero can just be the best pick.
Sure.
But it is very specific conditions, and you have to pick it very late. And the roles that pros play Necrophos in is generally mid, I would say, more than anything. So he needs to have a good mid matchup, and then he needs to have beefy heroes, and they need to not have the ideal nullifier buyer. If all of those conditions are met, and your mid hero also doesn't need to be active, he can be amazing.
What do you think the best mid matchup of, like, the meta mid heroes are right
For
now?
Necro?
Yeah.
He eats Ember alive, for example.
Okay.
Like, that match was terrible for Ember. I would imagine he's pretty good against all of the melee mids, basically.
Sure.
But Earth Spirit probably does the best against him because he can farm from range.
All right, Octarine's done.
Okay.
Is he going to go Scythe next?
It's time to show what this was all about.
The problem is he dies so quick to Timbersaw that we don't get to see the cooldown reduction in play. He jumps in and dies in 2 seconds, so...
Wait, so what are his cooldowns right now? Oh, Whiteman died. Does he just have Timber spells every second, basically? He has, how much CDR was that? 60% from strength,
yeah, you
and
can
then
get up to
Octarine?
60%, yeah.
So it's like 75?
Yeah,
So he has a Timber chain every second. Honestly, that sounds pretty hype. I'm not gonna lie. This sounds fun. I want to see him have a good fight. And then whether they win or lose the game, I just want to see this concept in action, okay?
And he he took the Whispers of Dread, too. So
yeah, he's all in on that
spell damage. That's pretty cool.
Yep. He's ready.
Just show it once. One time, Lord. He's almost level 15. He can get the morph duration.
Yep. Dude, imagine the last team fight of the game. They just have a random Lincolns on the Timber, and he uses morph on Lincolns, and the game ends. That would be the biggest letdown of this game. Just we waited the whole game, and then he uses it on Lincolns, and it's over. I don't know what I hope for more at this point. If it's that or the actual good fight.
Oh, Mana Void damage multiplier online.
Oh, dear.
Dude, he's gonna Mana Void this Dusa and blow up the entirety of Tundra. All right, he's going BKB. Lorinov thinks BKB is required. And I would say that's fair when
And
he's...
that's silver edged up. Oh, it's just Shadowblade. Okay. But they're still going to go with the silence.
Soxa can't bail you out. He's trying to live himself. So 33's dead. Soxa now on the run. Well, he's running scared now. Got that terrorizing him.
I don't know what to say.
Kind
Kind of just along for the ride here. Just
Waiting for Lorna.
It's been a while since I've been this dumbfounded in a game. It's like, I just don't understand, man. Oh, dear.
Again, we're talking about an analyst who's like quite literally seen it all when it comes to Dota.
I have not seen this before. It's
hasn't
definitely
seen
this last month of casting for me has had some of the weirdest games I can remember ever casting. I've had 2 or 3 of them in the last 3 weeks.
He got Stonegaze off. He still has Manta.
Okay, come on, Lorinov.
Here he goes.
All right, what's the cooldown on Timber Chain? 2 seconds?
Stay as the Timbersaw. Come on, come on. Yeah, it's like 2 seconds.
All right, hopping around.
4.5. God damn it, stop swapping.
2 seconds. It says 2 seconds. It's like a second and a half, I think,
Yeah.
on the chain.
I don't... Does he have to turn back into the Morphling to get the...
I don't think so. Does he? All right. Well, oh. Okay. The grand reveal. He did 10% of Timber.
Yeah. All right, 33 in trouble and is going to be bailed out by a Glimmer King, maybe? No, Han comes through, knocks him down, hit that Whirling Death on him, Lordoff, you got this. Tick-tock, the morph timing is running out. It's weird because like whenever he turns into the Timbersaw, he's like when I look at his spell cooldown, it's only giving him the Octarine cooldown reduction. So like for example, Whirling Death is 4.5. That's just the 20.
Oh, when you mouse over it, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the reality is way shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it actually is.
To me, it looked like the Timber chain was about 1.5, which would be down from 4, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it was 1.3, so that would be about 67%.
It's down. Yeah. Down.
It's probably somewhere between 65 and 70%, which is a little bit of a weird... That's weird mathematically, right? If he gets 60% from strength, from being morphed, or being shifted, I mean.
Yeah, I mean you don't get.
I think I just moused over it. Morphling's ability cooldowns, a maximum of 60% acceleration at 175% agility to strength ratio. He definitely had that, because it updates dynamically. 33 dies again, and Whitemon dies again. Yeah, he's on 60% right now. When you mouse over, because it updates. When he starts shifting, you can see what the current percentage of ability cooldown acceleration is.
Okay.
So it's at 60 now, and you would think if it accelerates 60% faster, maybe this counts as a different mechanic than cooldown reduction. So it's like, oh, well, that wouldn't make sense. It's literally the same thing.
It is curious why they called it acceleration. It means the cooldown. Yeah, that is pretty interesting.
It might be that the Octarine is activated first, so then the spell cooldown is to 75%, and then he accelerates that 75% by 60%.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And then you're like 30-something, right? That would check out. So then it's 1.3 seconds on the chain. All right.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Here comes low.
We really didn't get to see this Morphling too much at all.
Low.
Go, Bristol back, go! Oh, we got him!
All
right, that's an Aegis.
All right, like kick him into Fountain. Kick him in the air.
Just sell all your items to buy an X. I don't think if he sold all his items, he would have enough. He's got 4,900 net worth. He definitely would not have enough.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, there's the Scythe of Ice, just not on the Morphling. He always just been a better Timbersaw than him the entire game. we thought he was gonna be a better Timbersaw. It turns out he's a worse Timbersaw.
It's like the "we have this at home" meme, you know? He's like the Timbersaw at home, and it's just the Morphling turning into him and then getting one shot. Guys, I want to play Timber! Oh, that was a good timing on the laugh. I appreciate
enough like that. Yeah.
Dire are scanning.
All right, what do you think Tundra's comms are like?
Guys, what the fuck do we do?
I think they're...
Lordoff, this is your stupid idea. When does your hero come online? It's BKB, guys. BKBs. That's when I can actually go in as a Timbersaw and I can commit.
Guys, wait, I just need one more item.
One more item.
This is the thing all game, guys. Just wait, okay? I just need a bit more.
You thought your your Animage teammate was bad. Nope.
Nightfall is like, guys, I got butter. Okay. There's that BKB and 100 gold. And he got a new neutral item. What's he gonna take? Is there anything better than Whispers of the Dread with what he's trying to do?
Yeah, I was trying to think if there's...
But again, we still don't know what he's trying to do, because he hasn't shown us yet. Okay, he's going to take the Elven Tunic.
All right, so he'll BKB, and he'll have some evasion against the Animage. And he won't have White Mod, because White Mod just keeps throwing himself down the side lanes. Doesn't care if he dies, but...
Okay.
Jesus, huh?
Here comes Lordoff.
Here goes Lordoff. This is his time to shine, baby. Hit him with those whirling deaths. Oh, yeah, he's making moves right now. He is all over the place. Waveforms over the side. Timber chains. Hit waveforms again. Hit him with a whirling death. Waveforms again. Turns into a timber stop. Back into a whirling death. Oh, my God. He's not winning this fight at all. The spells of the world do nothing. They don't do a thing.
Oh, that's the stuff.
Dire's bottom tower.
Lordoff, are you ready, Lordoff? Lordoff,
Guys, wait.
are you online?
Guys, wait. I just need one more rice cake.
GG. What a fun game.
Honestly, I had a good